Why don't you grift away? Well, Raider Nation, it looks like you've been grifted. You know what grifted means? Do you know what grifted means at all? It means for the last, I don't know how many weeks, months, so-called Raider experts, people who follow the Raiders, have been telling you that, they're going to be trading up for this and that. They're going to get this guy, that guy, every other guy. But what happened in the end? Nothing. No big trades in the top 10. Cost too much. It's stupid to do that. Football is very much fake. Those referees control a lot of it. But what you can control of it as a team is not building your team through free agency. You can't do that. Those are spent players. Those are rich. That is luxury to be able to sign some player from free agency like the Raiders did with the defensive tackle they got. You can't do that every year, all the time, all your positions. When you do that, when you give away all your draft picks in the salary cap era, you are left with a roster that is unbalanced. It's a formula. You have to prioritize. You could go in different directions, but the Raiders, they have a long track history of failing in the draft. They even fail in free agency. So when you're that bad, the last thing you can do is trade away 3 first-round picks just to get one guy that you're not going to get anyway. You don't get him. You've been grifted. Which channel do you want me to point out? They have been advertising to you the unbelievable. And why do they do this? For clicks. For monetization. I'm not monetized. If I was monetized, I would shoot you the same straight lines. I shoot straight. I'm not like these grifters. Most Raider commentators are grifters. They've been selling you Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, and anyone else under the sun. There was one channel or someone out there. I think it was more of an outside of the Raider, fan base that mentioned the them selecting that tight end. And I get it. I totally get that because the Raiders struggled a lot last year with just, scoring and everything. And tight ends doubling up. If you remember under Gruden, he always wanted those, to make sure he had that certain sort of a system where you have multiple tight ends, 2 and 3 at a time sometimes. And the first defensive end comes off. None of my comments are live. This is all after the fact. But it is worth pointing out that Raider fans who make videos on the Raiders all the time have been grifting you. What are some of the synonyms of grifting? Hustle, con, guerrilla marketing. I've been watching this locally. We have a murder trial that happened. The murder happened about 10 miles away. And it's become a national issue. There's a lot of coverage, a lot of people coming from all over. And the whole underlying, sub theme has been a grifting operation. Basically, a drug addict has been employed to try to poison the jury pool in this murder trial. And this draft is no different. You have the Raiders selecting all these other players that have already been selected. And let's go back. If this will allow me to, go backwards, it's not really allowing me. You start off with Caleb Williams. If Chicago offered the Raiders the first overall pick for a 6th-round pick, would you go up there and select Caleb Williams? What are you getting? It looks like Jussie Smollett. Chicago literally selected Jussie Smollett, a.k.a. Tua Tagovailoa. That's what it looks like to me. Tua Tagovailoa. Whatever the guy's name is. It just likes to reset for me. I can't go backwards. And then second, Washington. The Raiders wanted this Jaden Daniels because of what's his name? Pierce's connection with this guy. And look at that guy's body. He was wearing a nice tight suit. They all look like they're dressed in their prom suits or something. But they're all, I don't want to look like I'm crying. I have to wear sunglasses at night. Look at his torso. You want that guy as your quarterback? He is not going to survive. He's going to be put in a body bag. Okay, New England. New England had Jacoby Brissett on their roster. They were going for a quarterback. Are they trading that position? You would had to have given them, I think, at least 3, if not 4, first-round picks. And that's all future stuff. So they're really not into that. They have a spa spending owner. He kind of wants satisfaction on the fly when he demands it. He ain't going for that. So they're gonna pick. And there was all this talk. Oh, Arizona's gonna they're flipping out of that spot. They just got rid of what's his name. So yeah, obviously they're just gonna give away that pick. They're not gonna pick Harrison or one of the other top wide receivers. I don't think so. And all these other ones. Giants just signed their quarterback to a long-term, even though Minnesota did too. They signed Cousins. Not Minnesota. I mean, what do you call it? Atlanta. Atlanta signed Cousins and got Penix. But Penix is the big question mark with all those injuries, and he was in school longer than John Belushi in Animal House, I think. Same grade point average, maybe. But you've been grifted. You have been... I know what you're feeling right now because your hopes were built up because you had a certain vision of someone in your mind. I thought they were going to go for some, offensive tackle, but obviously teams in front of them took the tackles they wanted. So they went with a tight end because he was the best player available on their board. Last year, they had a lot of trouble scoring points. Although I still contend they have problems actually defending. The Raiders are vastly overrated defending on the defensive side. I'll argue with this with anyone out there, and you will lose the argument. Just look at the quarterbacks they faced, and who knows what they're going to face this year. We never knew last year. I mean, some of the things that happened. But if you think the Raiders are set now, you probably don't. But if you think that, well, at least we got a good defense. No, the Raiders don't have a good defense. They have some problems, some severe problems. And I would have traded Devontae Adams for one of these picks. It's getting a little late in the draft. But the Raiders could use at least a cornerback, a right tackle, and they could use top round talent. But as you can see, these teams aren't giving away these. They're not giving away these positions. They're picks. They want those picks. They want to live for now, not tomorrow. You'd have to be really stupid to trade up in this draft. Just because they picked all these quarterbacks, most of them are going to fail. 5 out of 10 quarterbacks in the top 10, at least 70% of them are going to fail. I guarantee. Fail in some way. But you were grifted. You don't know it yet. But you think it's just, oh, what the fuck? It's that new guy, that new... If we got like a different general manager, he would have picked a different guy. No. They're going by who they valued on the board, and the tight end, that tight end was highly valued. If he stays healthy, like the announcer said, he is an exceptional talent. The Raiders just got a huge star. And the most happiest person on earth right now is the Raiders starting quarterback. You know who that is, right? It's not Gardner Minshew. Yeah, get used to it. Get used to it. You better order your number 4 jersey right now. You've been grifted, and you have no idea. Special message. I'm listening to the broadcast. I'm trying to figure out what they're saying. It's very hard to think. And I'm drinking. But Aiden O'Connell is your starting quarterback. Is that sunk into your mind yet? Now, if you have a car jersey, you could move the car and just sport the number 4. You just, couple snips. But he's your starting quarterback this year. Gardner Minshew is not as good as Aiden O'Connell, actually. Aiden O'Connell can actually read the defense. Gardner Minshew, he's got his work cut out for him. You've been bamboozled. You have been grifted. Get it through your head. Most of the people talking about the Raiders, pretty much all of them, are BSing you for views. I would like to have views or whatever. That would be nice. But this is not what I'm trying to do for my life. I hardly make videos at all, really. But this is a special occasion, and you need to learn that people are BSing you with all these fancy videos and fancy edits, and they talk about their fancy connections. Oh, I talked to this player. I talked to that player. I don't give a... You know what? I am just a fan. I am not looking to be friends with these players, you know? I don't want to hang out with them. They're for entertainment. I'm calling it how it is. You have been not mossed. The Raiders were mossed when they hired him, when they brought him in. The Raiders were mossed. You've been grifted.